in the deep, dark earth, a tiny speck of light waiting to be found. A young miner named Rishi, with calloused hands and a hopeful heart, was the first to see my glimmer. He carefully chipped away the rock that held me, and I felt the first breath of open air. I was taken to a master cutter, who saw the potential within my rough form. He worked for weeks, his tools singing a song of precision. With each facet he carved, I felt myself becoming more and more brilliant, until I was no longer a simple stone but a jewel of breathtaking beauty. My journey led me to a grand palace, where I was set upon the magnificent peacock throne. I was the eye of the peacock, and from my perch I watched as the great Shah Nadir held court. I saw dancers and poets, warriors and scholars, all bowing before the throne. But the peace did not last. A great army swept through the land, and the palace fell silent. A new ruler, a fierce warrior, claimed the throne and all its treasures. I was plucked from my place, and for the first time I felt the sorrow of being taken from my home. I was carried across mountains and deserts, a prize of conquest. I was a symbol of power, a trophy for the new empire. I was set in a new crown, worn by a new ruler who was both a king and a fierce warrior. Years passed, and I was passed down through generations. I came to rest in the hands of a young prince named Dulip. He was a boy with a gentle heart, who saw me not just as a jewel, but as a piece of his family's history. But even a gentle heart could not stop the tide of change. A new power arrived, a great empire from a distant land. They demanded the diamond as a symbol of their victory. With a heavy heart, young Dulip handed me over. I traveled across the vast ocean, a long and lonely journey. I arrived in a land of mist and green fields, and was presented to a great queen. She placed me in her own crown, and I became a part of her royal collection. I sat in a glass case, a part of a grand exhibition. People from all over the world came to see me. They marveled at my sparkle, but I began to hear whispers. Whispers of my past, of the lands I had left behind, and the people who still claimed me as their own. Now, I sit here, a silent witness to history. I am claimed by 4 different nations, each with a story of their own. I am a symbol of beauty, but also of conquest and loss. I am a question without